Alberta dealt with quite a bit of drought this past summer, and how much of an impact did it have on our crops? To chat about some of the challenges our farmers face this growing season is Sean Haney, owner of Real Agriculture here in Lethbridge. He provides insight on the latest agronomic research, farm business planning, and discusses ag politics. Sean, what kind of yields did farmers here in southern Alberta experience this year?
Unfortunately, Hal, it's another one of those poor years. Really, a lot of southern Alberta, Highway 1 South, and a little bit north of it, even very, very drought stricken throughout the growing season. I would say that a lot of the yields came in at expectations, but let's just put it this way: expectations were very, very low. The hope is that the irrigated crop is going to come through. I was talking to an agronomist yesterday who said the silage corn crop in southern Alberta is phenomenal, maybe the best she has ever seen in her career. But there's only so many irrigated acres. We continue to be really caught in this dry bias, this drought cycle that we just can't seem to really break. And we're going to need a lot of fall moisture here to break us out of this and hope for a better season in 2024.
Now, were there certain crops that thrived a little bit more than others, considering the dry growing conditions we had? Crops like maybe corn, perhaps?
I think if you look at some of the dryland crop, it's really kind of a bad situation across the board. Canola really needs some of that moisture. I think the one thing that maybe helped us a little bit, it was cool early on in the growing season, and so that bought us some more time. Unfortunately, the rain never did come. It's kind of amazing some of the yields that we have seen, given how much it did not rain. And that's the crop situation. There also is some of the pasture quality that is obviously a big concern to a lot of the ranching audience that is out there. And once again, it's the same story. We need some fall rain here to really give us a bit of a chance for next year.
So, Sean, how has the carbon tax really impacted many of our agriculture producers? What have you been hearing?
I think it's no secret, even though we've seen Minister of Agriculture and Agri-Food Lawrence MacAulay say in the House of Commons just last week that he says that farmers support the carbon tax. Any of our audience that we talk to will say that they do not agree with that. I've got some survey data very much saying the exact opposite of what the minister is saying. There's a lot of hope here that Bill C-234 is going to get royal assent here this fall. The Senate has definitely been holding some hearings, committee meetings this week discussing it. This is the private members bill that would basically make some farming activities exempt from the carbon tax, grain drying being one of them, heating of livestock barns is another example. And as we move into the fall season here and into winter, there's a lot riding on this, and that's going to be a help, although farmers, I think, overall are still very much against the carbon tax.
Thanks so much for your time today, Sean. That was Sean Haney, owner of Real Agriculture, joining us from Lethbridge.